Hi, Leo. Happy New Year. I'm Pam, and welcome to your psychic tarot reading for the year of 2015 and for the month of January. I received many requests for a yearly reading, and I thought to myself, but I kind of give a yearly reading every time I do a reading because my guides never talk about just the month that I'm reading for. However, I thought I would do my best to put one together for you by dividing the year up into quarters and doing a reading based on each quarter of the year and pulling an additional card for just the month of January and closing the reading with an angel's gods and goddesses card to cover the entire year. So hopefully that will be good and bring out good messages. So we'll see, Leo, we'll see. The first card that comes up for you today in your reading, which would be for the first quarter of the year of 2015, which would be January, February, and March, is the Queen of Swords, and she is showing up for that quarter. Now, the Queen of Swords is a card that indicates to me an air sign female. This would either be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Or that could also be her rising sign or moon sign if it is not her sun sign. Now, the Queen of Swords is someone that is very keen-minded. She has a keen mind. She can also be clairvoyant. She has psychic abilities. She can pierce through cloudy situations and get to the truth. She is someone that is a good person to have as a problem solver, a good person to have on your team. She is very forward thinking. Truth is always an issue with her, usually getting to the bottom of the truth or sorting things out to get to the truth. On the negative side of the Queen of Swords, she is somebody that could be untruthful with her words and can be prone to anger, flying off the handle, and scattered thinking, scattered energies, and scattered thinking. I feel some of you Leos are going to be getting into diplomatic discussions with this Queen of Swords. For some of you, she's a romantic partner and she wants you to hold on the reins very tightly to her, like don't let her go. Like she wants you to keep her in your life. For some of you. For some of you, this is somebody that you've been involved with or connected to or know that has had some kind of mental breakdown. There's been some issues here, mental instability and mental breakdown connected to her. She comes up for you as a very challenging female, no matter which way you cut it, no matter who she is for you. She's been challenging for you. You're going to be talking to her in the first quarter of the year about getting her act together and gathering her forces and getting her out the door and focusing on new goals and new energies. I do feel that you have a desire for her to be completely stable and grounded. For some of you, she actually comes up also as a mother figure. If she's the mother figure, maybe even just if she's any of the Queen of Swords for you, whoever she is, I get there's like a neediness or a clinginess going on with her right now. I do feel that she's had a hard life and she's been through the mill and is very lonely feeling or lonely in her mind. Her mind is troubling her. You're going to be talking to her a lot and going around and round in circles with her a little bit. There will be some kind of parting of the ways with her, possibly coming up in May, June, July, or August in that time frame. So odds she's coming up in the first quarter of the year, but I feel this reason for that is more about getting her stable, You may even be checking her into some kind of facility where she needs some kind of therapy or rehabilitation. This could be for drug addiction or alcohol addiction or problems like that. This could be mental issues, mental stresses and depression and having breakdowns, mental breakdowns. It could be because of that. There could also be it could be physical therapy. Like she could be in need of, maybe she had a stroke and she's just not physically back to where she needs to be. But I do feel some of you are going to be checking this Queen of Swords into some kind of therapies and therapy situation. And I feel that some of you are going to be traveling back and forth quite a distance to see her. She's not necessarily in your home or around the corner from you. For some of you, yes, but for some of you, she's not. Some of you, you have to travel at a distance to see her. Or at least when she's in, if she's the Queen of Swords that gets put into some kind of rehabilitation facility for whatever reason, that may be at a distance, and that could be the travel. I do feel that no matter what, you're going to be communicating with her frequently, and this is going to be ongoing communication. The next card you have, Leo, in for the next quarter of the year, the second quarter, you have the Two of Rods. Now, Two of Rods to me is a card that symbolizes partnership. And this is partnership. It can be in business and enterprise. It can also be in a relationship. This card can also signify somebody that's giving you a piece of their world, but not putting all their attention and focus on you. They're distracted and looking into other things, maybe business related issues. I feel you may be entering a time of indecision about money making matters or money issues at this second quarter of the year, and feeling a little bit of instability about that. And it seems to be connected to do with family. Money issues connected to with family, and you feeling a little instability about it comes up during this time. And I feel you are going to have a lot going on at that juncture. Like your world is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. While the world we live in, because of internet and, computers and all our technology, while the world is getting smaller in some ways, your world, personal world, is actually getting bigger. I do feel, though, there is a great advancement of money coming to you, and that does seem to be coming through family. So that's a conflicting message there. You have to be on your guard, Leo, because I feel that some financial disruption could come to you through family matters. You're going to end up being the breadwinner in some situations here, and you seem to be the one in charge of getting the ball rolling. I don't feel that you're going to be alone in this, because I do feel somebody wants to come in and help support you on this situation. I really feel that the influential time of making money for you and in business really is highlighted in the month of May, even though I'm talking about April, May, and June. They are signifying May as important here. And I feel that now you really have to stop listening to what other people are telling you. I feel you have some people that are trying to sway you and sway your thinking in the second quarter of the year. I feel there's some Leos out there that are very concerned because there's a child that they have to look after and take care of. This child needs a little more attention and is kind of been left a little bit by the wayside. Not that you're trying to do it, but there's been circumstances that have caused disruption for this child. And so I feel it's, for many of you, it's a female child, and that she's not getting either the attention that she needs or what she's used to getting. So her world has been a little rattled and feels thrown off balance for her. I do feel many of you Leos are going to be getting a raise in your salary, an increase in the next 5 months in the year. So I'm not sure what they're talking about here because I'm focusing on the second quarter. So July, August, and September are more highlighted for you in getting increase in salary. And the words promotions and fielding operations circle around this. And there's going to be a great deal of influential people with money passing through your door. So I feel this is in a work situation. And if any of you are prone to you know, like drinking and driving or smoking pot and getting behind the wheel and or whatever, I'm getting like, wow, ultra caution here. They're talking about it, like be extra cautious. You could get involved in some kind of accident while driving. So please, please, Leo, listen out there because I don't normally get that kind of message about driving on a general reading. So I just want to say, be very cautious with those kind of activities that if you're with somebody else, let them drive or you take a taxi, but, or if they're doing it, don't let them drive either. I don't want to see you get into any kind of, accident involving those situations. So take a cab or get a ride from somebody that's not done anything because it's coming up and it's about those two specific things, smoking pot and drinking. Be very careful about that with driving. You're really going to make a lot of money in the second half of the year. Divide the year in half, that latter half, that second half, your money increases exponentially. So Leo, that's good news. I'm happy for you. I like to hear good news. I'm sorry I got that about the car accident situation, but you can avoid it. So it's not like it's written in stone, but it was a definite, strong caution and warning for you. In the third quarter of the year, you have the Ace of Rods. And the Ace of Rods is an excellent card. This is new beginnings. This is birth of an idea, and new enterprise, new business. This can indicate moving to a new home. Sometimes this card can even come up if there is an inheritance, if you're getting an inheritance. I hear now you've got all the pieces of the puzzle put together and now you're going to make your move. You're ready to take the bull by the horns and lead the way. I feel that you are going to have the spotlight is going to be on you. You're going to have a lot of attention and focus happening in that period of time, which would be July, August, and September. And that was also the time frame I was picking up in the previous card, that you can really see an increase in your finances. In May in particular also, but I'm just seeing it like now we're getting into your money time frame as well. I feel some of you Leos have really had a hard time of it emotionally, where you've had some emotionally crippling situations that have gone on in your past, not so long ago past, and I feel that you are now going to be coming out of that, like recuperating emotionally comes up here. A lot of healing going on and getting in tune with yourself and listening to your inner voice and your inner guidance and embracing more spiritual ways of thinking and trains of thought. They're saying you're really going to be focusing on not being so concerned on how fast you make your money. It is like your focus and measured thinking and taking the steps. Like I feel in the past maybe you've worried about, and I'm not saying not with good reason, about worrying how fast can I make money? I need to make it faster, or like being in need of making it quick. But in this regard, I feel like that's not really the approach I see you taking. I feel for many of you Leos, this is a year of journeying inward as well and self-discovery. August is also a highlighted time for you for making money and money increasing by leaps and bounds for you. I really feel now you have that stick of power and control, and now you're ready to leap forward with action. And you have to be firm and stand your ground in case there's anybody coming in that's trying to rock your world and knock you off your game. But I feel like you've worked very hard to get where you are, and you're not going to let somebody come in and take this from you easily. I feel that you're going to be putting all your energies into your home and making it aesthetically pleasing and comfortable. I feel some of you are going to be doing some redecorating and painting and changing the colors to, like, I'm seeing like a mustard color. I'm also seeing like golden tones, and also like warm, like cream color and warm tones like beiges and earthy tones and browns and golds. And I'm just seeing, but I'm seeing like new furniture and new cushions, new pillows and new paint and a fireplace and rearranging furniture and maybe having work done in the home, like sheetrock being replaced and fireplaces being restoned and getting really into like gardening and just really enjoying your home. I'm not saying that's not also happening for the Leos that do work, but I'm seeing some Leos that are either retired or not working right now. They're, taking a break from working or for whatever reason. I just see home, 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 everything about beautifying your home and making your space very comfortable and cozy. Like, it's interesting because to me it looks very elegant on one hand, but it's extremely cozy. It's like cozy elegance. It's like you've cornered the market on coming up with that combination. And I feel that, for many of you, you've been through a lot in the recent past, and this really is signifying a lot of new beginnings for you, Leo. So that is really what's coming up here with this card for the third quarter of the year. Now, in your card for the position of the fourth quarter of the year, which would be October, November, and December, you have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups to me is a card that symbolizes um, overanalyzing, ruminating, going within, uh, like a lot of inward focus, deep thinking, lost in thought. There can be a little sadness. Some regrets are happening here, but you're also being given signs and blessings by the divine. You're being given signs and blessings by the divine, but I feel that you're ignoring it or you're not paying enough attention. I feel that during the last quarter of the year, I feel that many of you Leos want to stay away from anything for you that's unhealthy. So I feel some of you are going to be changing your diet at that time and going vegan or vegetarian, or just avoiding sugars or, carbohydrates or certain things that you feel are unhealthy for you. If you have wheat allergies, you're going to be giving up wheat and going gluten free. I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing being very, again, it comes up being very involved with plants, planting your garden. You could be growing herbs and vegetables yourself that you are, focusing on that. That comes up. I also hear for some of you Leos, there'll be traveling, or getting together travel plans, thinking about where you want to go. Like making some plans. And some of these are short distance trips and short like little junkets with friends, like going here and going there, not far. But some of this is also trips at a distance. But I'm seeing it more in the planning phases. You may be taking the short trips at that time, but any bigger trips, I don't feel you're doing them in that time frame. There's been some people manipulating you and trying to push your buttons and control you. And I see this, but it's weird. I feel like you have trouble letting go of them. Like some of these people, they're not easy for you to let go. And some of them have really tried to take advantage of you, like take a free ride on your, ride your coattails. Some of you are going to have a graduation party in the summer. Now, I know we're past the summer, but the guys aren't used to reading in this manner, so they're jumping backwards here. It's either your graduation or you will be throwing a graduation party for one of your children. But I do hear a graduation party in the summer, and I'm seeing that for the month of June. And I do hear that you're going to have a bunch of crybabies coming at you fast and furious. So I don't know. Some of you Leos, you might know who I'm talking about. But remember, this is a general reading, so hopefully it'll make sense to some of you out there. The only way to get a reading specifically for you is to have a private reading. So I do feel you're going to know who these crybabies are, though, because it's not just one. I feel like it's a little group of them, and I feel that there may be males in it, but it seems more like females, and I feel like they're related to each other, and I'm hearing the word cousins, so I feel like they're cousins to each other or they're cousins to you. And I feel like I'm not saying you're not going to have any romance this year. I'm not. But what the guides are talking to me about very strongly is that Leos are going to be practicing more self-love, like caring for yourself and learning how to take care of yourself and respect yourself and rejuvenate yourself and be good to yourself. Because I feel like for many of you that this is a time of healing. Like this is a year, I see definite success coming to you. I do, especially monetarily, and emotionally. I feel. I'm not saying there's not romance here, but this looks to me more like a year of financial abundance and self-healing, like healing within and getting more in tune with your own spiritual self and becoming more grounded, more centered, and more forward thinking about the future. I feel like a lot of you are going to be really enjoying spending time with your friends, taking little trips, and planning things with friends. I feel a lot of success in business. I feel like it's business and home with you guys. I do get the little travel things, but a business and home. Your home is really highlighted here too. And I feel last year, 2014, was just too much mental stress and pressure for you, for many of you. And I feel there's some of you who have been affected by a man that has a bipolar disorder and that he has been under your feet for a while. And for some reason, I feel that you get away from this man. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he was a romantic partner. He could come up in any which way. He could be a friend, a coworker, a boss, a father, and a female, a wife, a mother. It doesn't matter. It comes up more a male though. They're saying it's a male that has bipolar. That's bipolar. That's been getting under your feet and getting in your way. He's going to be seen in your life as an outcast, an outsider, and shunned and out of the way. And I feel that you are cutting him off because I feel that he's given you one problem after another. So he likes to see you. He likes to chase you up a tree and down a tree, up a tree and down a tree. That's what they're saying. He doesn't like to see you settled. He doesn't like to see you settled and grounded. He's very he's envious of your ability to find calm and your center. He doesn't feel or think you should be as happy as you are for some reason. He'd like to take you down a notch or a peg and set you off your game. This will be quite liberating for you because I feel like he always comes crawling back. So if you weren't married to him and you were just in a relationship with him, it doesn't matter whether you were married or in a relationship. I get that you parted ways more than once and that he comes back crawling every time, and that you've given him chances. But I feel in this regard, he is going to be cut out completely, and this is going to be very liberating and relieving to you, and alleviating a lot of stress and pressure and anxiety that he has caused you. So I hope you understand who I'm talking about here. Now, some of you, he may have been diagnosed, medically diagnosed with being bipolar. For others, he may not have that official diagnosis, but that his behavior is bipolar. Either way, the word bipolar circles around him. Now, for the card of January, just January, you have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords to me is a card that indicates a meditative state. This can be a pause, a rest and recuperation from an illness, but this can just be a meditative state and taking a step back and laying low. But I do feel that Leos have a big opportunity this year to take giant steps forward. I hear you've completely had it with the ups and downs, and you're ready to set sail and move forward, but on this steady, calm pond. No more rocky waves and, none of that. And I feel that you've been going through the process in your mind of who you want to keep in your life and who you want to cut out. And I feel like this bipolar guy isn't the only guy that you've cut out of your life. There's other people that you have cut off. And I get that you are really like springing up forward, like, coming up out of the ground, like the birth of a new plant, that's breaking through the dirt and spreading its branches. And I get that you are now going to be a mirror you are going to attract people to you that are similar to you in the way they think, or the way their beliefs, or the way they operate, because you're a very strong mirror right now. So it's always good when that kind of message comes up to be very conscious about how you project yourself to others. What are you presenting to the world? Because right now in 2015, one of the things, especially January, because January is the month I asked them to tell me about this card. You've got the mirror up, so whatever you put out is going to be mirrored back to you. For any of you having troubles with your feet, I'm picking that up for the month of January, having feet issues and troubles. Also, rashes are coming up. I'm hearing rashes, and any kind of gastrointestinal, like gastro bypass, also comes up. So some of you Leos out there might be resonating with some of those comments. The rashes seem to be due to some kind of airborne virus or illness. Like, it's weird. Also, I'm hearing slip disc and rotator cuff. So you've got some medical things that are coming up here. So interesting, it's coming up with this card, which can be a card of rest and recuperation from an illness. It is more a meditative state to me. But think of all those medical things they just rattled off. So I feel there's quite a lot of Leos out there that have gone through some of these, or are going through in this month, some of these conditions, or they've happened and now you're recuperating from them in the month of January. So that's what's coming up with those. Now, in your outcome card of the Angels, God, and Goddesses card, to sum up the year, you have the Angel of Support. And the Angel of Support says, the universe has heard your silent call for help. I hear you're ready to get on with your life, Leo. You're going to be springing into action for sure in 2015. You're being very strongly guided by angels. And I hear that any kind of walks in nature, forests, nature, hikes, anything like that would be very, very therapeutic for you right now. Spending time outdoors and communing with nature. especially walking in nature. You're entering a strong time of developing your psychic abilities and gifts and are going to be broadcasting it out strongly to others. So that's interesting. So there's some of you out there that have their psychic ability is close to the forefront and maybe you've already been using it. You're going to really, really use it in 2015 and broadcasting it out into the world and helping others and being a conduit of light. So that's interesting. And I hear that you're really going to be feeling a lot better about yourself and your life, especially after the first 14 days into the new year. They really want you to avoid like any substances, especially in the beginning of the year. You remember I got that earlier that they're bringing up the drinking and smoking pot again, like, and I'm not criticizing it at all. I'm just saying it comes up like to be careful about it. And it's coming up with this card that you're going to start avoiding it. So if you had that as part of your, day-to-day life experiences of what you would normally do, I feel some of you are going to step away from it and avoid it. I feel some of this is actually a contributing factor to some of you that have the skin conditions or skin rashes. I don't know which of the two things it is, but something is a contributing factor there to some of you that are experiencing skin rashes. Like almost like, and like hot. Like I feel like it's not just necessarily itchy because I feel the skin feeling hot and burny where the rashes are. So and I'm seeing it as like red patches. They're being very specific what they're showing me. Yeah, be very careful about operating cars under the influence of anything this year in particular. Be very careful. And I do feel that this year you are going to experience a lot of people coming to you and seeking you out for comfort. And remember I said earlier, home is where the heart is. I feel that many people are going to feel that way about you and your home. So Leo, I hope this reading for the year of 2015 and for the month of January was helpful to you. I want to invite you to go to my Facebook page, which is The Lucky Mermaid LLC, and make sure you like my page. I'm going to be offering a way that I can answer a couple of your specific questions specifically for you. So if you go to my Facebook page and go to my wall, I will have, and if you don't see it right at the top, because I post every day, I usually post something, make sure you scroll down to read for this. And I'll be posting on there a way for you to contact me with some of your questions. And I will be posting a video to Facebook about with your answers. So be sure to check out that. And I want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for sharing them. Thank you for liking them and for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I appreciate you. And I want to tell you, I wish you many blessings and peace.